I'm not staying, I promise.
Narcisse.
Narcisse, I have a question for you.
Narcisse, what are you doing?
I was looking for the milk.
I've got it right in my hand.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
We help you out, man. You got my show.
They want to keep us in
10. Audio check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Audio check. Ed, Kovion, you guys. Okay. Audio check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. All right. Cuts, cameras. You guys okay with audio? Everyone on the main stage okay with audio? Cuts,
That's
camera?
Brian? Good?
He's like, they're okay. And I'll leave. White House TV cuts? Okay.
Good. Good to be in. Yeah.
Testing 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. And you hear my remote 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good morning, folks. JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now, streaming to our app, sites, and social media platforms across the country. They just announced it over the loudspeaker. Here are your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the White House to celebrate their championship coming last season. Moments away from hearing from President Joe Biden here at the podium and members of your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good morning, folks. JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now, streaming to apps, websites, social media platforms across the country. There are your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers making their long-awaited visit to the White House, the first team in some time to be visiting the White House and visiting the President of the United States after winning the Super Bowl here. Got a lot of great camera shots here to bring you from the White House here. We can see some of the players that you might recognize from that Super Bowl 55 championship season here. As we're looking here live at the White House, President Joe Biden expected to be arriving here to the podium momentarily to kick things off. There's a great look there at the Lombardi Trophy. I've been talking about a lot of trophies of late here in the Tampa Bay area, talking, of course, about the Lombardi Trophy here today in the White House, as well as the Stanley Cup, which was, of course, paraded through the waters of Tampa Bay just last week for your Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. As we're here live, everybody from the White House to celebrate this team here today, your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there's linebacker Devin White, wide receiver Chris Godwin, defensive lineman Vita Vea, center Ryan Jensen. There's the rookie offensive lineman there at the top, Tristan Wirfs. There's your general manager of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jason Light. You can see him there in the blue suit with the red tie. And other members of your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, moments away from President Joe Biden coming up here to the podium to speak. And again, beautiful shots from a gorgeous day here at the White House. We'll continue to listen in here live from Washington, D.C. Again, JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now, here live to our app, website, social media platforms, including Facebook, keeping an eye here on the Facebook Live comment section, awaiting the President of the United States and awaiting some other members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization that we haven't seen here yet gathered, including quarterback Tom Brady.
Of the United States, accompanied by Mr. Brian Glazer, Coach Bruce Arians, and Mr. Tom Brady.
The President of the United States walking in with head coach Bruce Arians, quarterback Tom Brady, and other members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's listen in here live from Washington, D.C.
Okay. Well, good morning, I think. Still good morning. And it's great to see everybody here. I want to thank the representatives here. The second gentleman is here. Representative Castor, Christ. Okay, you got it. I tell you, that Florida thing's something else. Anyway, and Soto and Murphy and Franklin, and one of my best friends in the world. Now he's coming back from outer space, Bill Nelson, who runs NASA now. We're here today to congratulate and welcome to the White House the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To the players, the coaches, and the Glazer family, my good friends, it's an honor to have you here. We have to say that the fans down in Western Florida are having a pretty good year this year. I tell you, you know, the Stanley Cup and in addition to the Super Bowl. But, you know, we're making a pretty strong case to start calling Tampa the City of Champions. And this Buccaneer team is a testament to the fact that it's never too late come together and achieve extraordinary things. 3/4 of the way through the season, they found themselves in the middle of the pack. 7 wins and 5 losses. But this is a team that didn't fold and always got up, dug deep. They won their last 4 games of the season and then stormed through the playoffs, winning on the road in Washington, New Orleans, and Green Bay, and capping it all off back home in Tampa to become the first team to win the Super Bowl on their home turf, and a decisive victory against the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, it's an incredible run by one of the most well-rounded teams in recent memory. A pair of all-pro linebackers, star pass rushers, dangerous secondary, dominant offensive line, and a legendary tight end who gave up what I'm told was a promising career to return to acting career, to return to the game. And most importantly, you've got a star receiver from Delaware. I'm mildly prejudiced about that. Where's Chris? Where are you, Chris? There you go. I called him before the game to tell him, give him some tips on how to run some patterns. But that was But, you know, born in Pennsylvania, raised in Delaware. Where I come from, that's a heck of a combination, man. You know, Chris and I had a chance to speak before the Super Bowl, and I know, like me, he takes a lot of pride in his home state of Delaware. Chris, you're inspiring a whole lot of kids back home in Delaware. And he went to a high school called Middletown, a perennial winner of the state championship. But I pointed out to him, and my son Hunter was a senior. He went to my alma mater's high school named Arch. By the way, I'll sit down. What about you standing? I'm sorry. And I told him my son scored the scoring touchdown, and Archmere won the state championship that year. But anyway, we don't count those things. You know, I've never met an athlete who doesn't remember every damn play he made. And of course, two other guys worth mentioning: coach and a quarterback. You know, a lot has been made about the fact that we have the oldest coach ever to win a Super Bowl and the oldest quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Well, I'll tell you right now, you won't hear any jokes about that from me. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with being the oldest guy to make it to the mountaintop. That's how I look at it. And Tom, looking at you, got about 20 more years left. You're just about the best ever to play. And making it to 10 Super Bowls in the last 20 years, that ain't bad, man. I tell you what, we've never seen anything like in the game. And of course, these guys all know that sports are more than just a game. It's some of my strongest memories, most enduring memories and lessons and cherished friendships come from the days I played, and I wasn't anywhere near anybody on my stage. Started in grade school, playing in CYO League. I'll never forget getting knocked out when I was in 5th grade, and my dad walking out and said, "Get up, get up, get up. Unless something's broken, get up." Well, I think that's what sports tells you. You just get up. You get up. I went to the University of Delaware to play football, although it didn't do much for my career. I didn't do very well. But, you know, I found out that your career can be embellished a little over time. It's an amazing kind of thing. You know, there's an awards banquet that many years later, which is called the Timmy Award. It was held here in Washington. Supreme Court justices and presidents would show up to this big banquet. The University of Delaware football program received the award. And I had a chance to introduce a Hall of Fame coach, the backfield coach when I played. I didn't play much. His name was Tubby Raymond. And so I got up and I said, "Here's my coach, Tubby Raymond." Said some nice things about Tubby. Tubby was really kind of nervous and stand in front of presidents and Supreme Court justices and so many distinguished people. And he went up on to talk about what an incredible ball player I was at the University of Delaware. It was amazing. It was amazing. That's why I decided to run for president. I figured if he was still around, I'd get to be elected president. I would have been an All-American. I could have been big. I could have been big. But all kidding aside, you guys did it the hard way. And I hope you all know just how important it was after such a tough year for the nation. In the middle of a long, dark winter, every Sunday, people were able to sit down and watch you play. You created memories that helped folks make it through and believe that we could get back to normal again. And you did it as a team, trailblazers, including the first team with 2 women full-time coaching positions. And realizing that of the 25 or 6 Glazer grandchildren and about 24 of them being women, you had no choice. It's about time they stepped up, right, guys? Anyway, all kidding aside, your team stepped off the field too, donating millions of meals to families in need, helping Americans exercise their sacred right to vote, including at the Raymond James Stadium. Your stadium also became a lifeline for families in Tampa Bay this spring, administering nearly 200,000 vaccine shots. And y'all who don't have a shot, man, get one, okay?
Amen.
Get one. Get one, get one. And you're saving lives, helping us get back our lives and our loved ones. And I want to thank the NFL for setting strong vaccination goals so fans can go see a game without becoming a super spreader event. Getting vaccinated is about staying healthy and understanding that no one is invincible, even if you are young and you're fit. It's about looking out for those in the front-line workers out there, like the ones that the team played in front of on Super Bowl Sunday. Those workers remind us of the quintessential lesson about sports and America itself, that no matter how much and how many times we get knocked down, we always get up. We come back stronger together and achieve incredible things, just like your team did, just like we're doing as a country. So congratulations and thank you all for being here. Good luck to you all this season. And now let me bring up Brian to say a few words.
Mr. President, on behalf of our family, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coaches, players, and staff, and all of our loyal fans, thank you for hosting us today. It's an honor for us to be at the White House. For our family and fans, this day has been nearly 20 years in the making, because despite this being our second Super Bowl championship, this is our first visit to the White House. In 2003, following our Super Bowl 37 victory, there were world events that prevented us to visit. So that makes today even more special. And we're here today because this team did the impossible. New players, including a new quarterback, no off-season mini camps, no preseason, limitations on meetings, rules and regulations were changing every day. But they stayed focused and went on to win their final 8 games, as the president spoke about, and became the first team to win the Super Bowl at home. Amazing. It's only fitting that as we enter the 46th season in Tampa Bay Buccaneer history, that we celebrate it with the 46th President of the United States. We start this season with only one goal in mind. It's to come back here next summer and spend a Super Bowl victory again with you.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. President, for giving us this day. I get emotional, but it's very, very special. This is actually my 3rd time. It never gets old. And I want to thank our coaches, our players, our entire organization, men, women, that did such a great job last year of coming together and banding together, not to beat the other team. We had to beat the virus first. And you sacrificed more than any team I've ever been around, players, coaches, your families, to make sure that we had our team on the field every Sunday. And it's a great compliment to all of you. I can't say enough about our owners. The Glazer family is the best owners I've ever known and ever been around. Our players are outstanding. They do what they're supposed to do on and off the field because they take care of each other. We live by 3 words: trust, loyalty, and respect. We don't have any rules. If you have those, you'll have accountability and you'll be able to do anything you want. One team, one cause. I hope the Senate and the House start helping you. One team, one cause. All right. Again, thank you all for having us here. Thank you, Mr. President. And go Bucks. And Tom's got some stuff to say.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's certainly an honor to be here. Thank you very much for your hospitality your entire staff has given us today. I think what behind me is an amazing group of players. We have a bunch of coaches and staff here sitting down, and it was actually a very challenging seasons for a lot of reasons, but we bonded together. We worked really hard. We put all our individual agendas aside, and we came together as a team. And sports has an amazing way of bringing people together. If you look at us, we're all a little bit different ages. I'm a little older than most of them. But we come from a lot of different places across the country, a lot of different schools, a lot of different backgrounds. But we love each other. We're committed to one another. And when you do that, amazing things happen. And these guys are an amazing group of men. It didn't look great there. At one point, we were 7-5, struggling a little bit, as the president alluded to. But we found our rhythm. We got on a roll. Not a lot of people, think that we could have won. And in fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won.
I understand that.
You understand that, Mr. President?
I understand that.
Yeah. And personally, it's nice for me to be back here. We had a game in Chicago where I forgot what down it was. I lost track of 1 down in 21 years of playing. And they started calling me Sleepy Tom. Why would they do that to me? So It's great to be, we're on the eve of football season. We start tomorrow practice, and we're going to do everything we can to work to achieve another one of those Lombardi trophies. It's a different group of men. It'll be a different challenge, but we're excited for it. We're excited for the opportunity to compete and work hard and show everyone what we're made of. So we're not going to throw the Super Bowl trophy this time, Cam, but we're going to offer President Biden a special presentation from Mr. Glazer, and then we're going to challenge 11 of us, 11 White House interns to a game of football here on the lawn, and we intend to run it up on you guys, so get ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Unusual number, huh? 46. Thank you. Okay, what are we doing now? Okay. We're going to take down the podium, right? By the way, you guys right after this picture, you want to take off your coat? All
Thank you, sir. You seem like you've done this before.
Tom Brady with the jokes, Bruce Arians speaking out for what he believes in, and President Joe Biden harking back to his days as a football player, as well as congratulating Chris Godwin and his, of course, past playing in Delaware. Of course, President Biden being a longtime U.S. Senator from Delaware, as we now have the official photograph here with President Joe Biden holding up his 46 jersey with your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now. You've been watching the Buccaneers visiting the White House with President Joe Biden, as well as some members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization speaking here from your nation's capital, as now the president here surrounded by members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. There's Ndamukong Suh there on the right, Senator Ryan Jensen there on the left. There's, I believe, trying to make out some faces here, but we've seen most of the roster here. Let's listen in.
And the team have departed. Thank you very much.
Linebacker Shaq Barrett, part of that formidable defense that swarmed the defending champions of last season, that being the Kansas City Chiefs. There's Vita Vea, who returned from injury to help stabilize that defensive front for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tristan Wirfs there in the back. A lot of players here who have gathered for a special moment in history. Again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the White House in front of President Joe Biden, who was presented with a jersey. And I think there's going to be additional photographs taken here. You see some other members here who have gathered, members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. Brady's joke, in case you missed it, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. Do you understand that, Mr. President? Clearly, Brady, with the prepared remarks, I think it's fair to say the least. I'll show you a different camera angle here, folks, as we have a couple different camera feeds to show you here coming from in front of the White House. Representative Kathy Castor and some others that have gathered here from the Tampa Bay area specifically. Again, it's been a great run here for the city of Tampa and for the Tampa Bay area not just your Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, the first team in the NFL to ever do that, but we also have 2 Stanley Cup championships for your Tampa Bay Lightning, a World Series appearance as well for your Tampa Bay Rays last season, and the Rays trying to make some noise in the AL East. Players here getting the opportunity to take some pictures, some selfies with the President of the United States. Folks, we've also been running a Facebook Live interactive poll here that we can publish for you here on screen, asking you who's the best team in the NFL entering the 2021-2022 NFL season. And 2/3 of our hundreds of respondents that voted in this poll believe it's your Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chiefs coming in at 15%, other getting a little bit more than the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of folks who believe that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the former champion Kansas City Chiefs will be back for another Super Bowl appearance. The Super Bowl next year being held at SoFi Stadium there in Los Angeles, California. Will the Bucs be back? They're returning all starters on both sides of the football. I believe that, is that Charlie Crist there as well? I believe that that is Charlie Crist, who has launched a run for governor here in the state of Florida. And yes, getting that confirmed, that was Congressman Charlie Crist, former governor of Florida, launching another campaign trying to reclaim his old seat in Tallahassee in the governor's office, as well as some other, trying to spot out some other faces here for us, folks. Tom Brady also joking around a little bit, saying that they were not going to be throwing the Lombardi Trophy this time around. In case, for those of you who do not remember, this was the video from last year at the parade on the water here, the boat parade here in Tampa Bay, when of course we had a lot of things being thrown from boat to boat. Including, as we would find out a little bit, the Lombardi Trophy. Here's that video here from Whitney Holtzman. Tom Brady throwing the Lombardi Trophy probably about 10 yards for a first down here, and a scary moment for the NFL and really for the Bucs and everybody watching. Folks, I'm just thinking, please complete this pass. And Brady, timed it just right, and here it is. He threw it. And he joked a little bit earlier on today that he would not be doing that here today from our nation's capital. Again, live here from the White House, President Joe Biden taking selfies with members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your Super Bowl 55 champions. JB Buna back here with you live, everybody, on WFLA Now. Live here from our nation's capital, President Joe Biden welcoming your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the White House. A lot of talk of Delaware here during the remarks made by the president here, of course, a longtime U.S. senator from Delaware and eventually becoming vice president and then president of the United States. I used to live in Delaware. Delaware does not, of course, have a pro football team. They do not. And if you folks in Delaware, really, they'll root for one of three teams. The Eagles, of course, in Philadelphia. They'll root for the Red Stings. Also the Ravens. Those three teams you'll see represented as far as really the Delmarva Peninsula. Of course, the state of Delaware comprised, the Delmarva Peninsula comprised of the state of Delaware as well as portions of Maryland and Virginia. But Delaware, of course, without a pro sports team, they root for those three NFL franchises. As I understand it, President Biden is an Eagles fan, has rooted for the Eagles. Of course, President Biden does have Pennsylvania roots. So he is, I believe, and he's a big sports fan. And I believe that if you asked him, if you stopped him in his tracks and said, what is the team that you grew up rooting for and who is your NFL team, he would say the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. Philadelphia winning the Super Bowl not too long ago. It wasn't too long ago before we had the Philly special and the Super Bowl being brought home to the city of Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles. As we're here live from the White House, those today celebrating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their second Super Bowl victory, but the first one ever to be won in the victor's home city. Of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, the whole squad winning at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. That brings us here to today, where your Buccaneers are world champions being celebrated here at the White House with President Joe Biden. President Biden's, as I understand it, his first opportunity to welcome a professional sports organization as champions to the White House under his tenure as president. Of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of events such as championship visits to the White House were, of course, scrapped or put on hold or delayed. And it's nice to see some sense of normalcy returning here with President Biden welcoming your Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the White House. As again, the president continuously being met here by members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. A lot of selfies being taken here. You can see some members of the Secret Service there as well. And there is the Lombardi Trophy there in the top right-hand portion of your screen. Again, everybody here live on WFLA Now, streaming to apps, websites, social media platforms here from Washington, D.C. As we wrap up coverage here on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, here live on WFLA Now, President Joe Biden here, wrapping up the ceremony here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your Super Bowl 55 champions. As a reminder, more coverage here on WFLA.com and the WFLA app.
Not today. Inside.
Soaking wet. Soaking wet. Soaking wet.